What's up, guys? Bizarre 1000 here. You may know me as David. We do you an honest review of TNA's One Night Only Hardcore Justice 2. Yeah, pretty much. They started off advertised as a hard, like TNWE's version of Extreme Rules, kind of a little bit. But I do like the One Night Only things. You can get them really cheap. I mean, you can do high definition for 25, or you can do standard definition for only 15 bucks. 14.99. Which I did. I mean, honestly, standard. Who cares? I mean, honestly, I got HDTV anyway, so you know. But I'm just saying, $15. Watch a close to 3 hour pay-per-view for 15 bucks. I mean, it's not bad. If you're an old ECW fan, you like seeing some of the old faces. There's a few of them that pop in there. Yeah, not bad. I'll get right into the show. The first match we have is New Church, which I did not remember them. I don't. Sin and somebody, I can't remember his name. Did not remember these guys. And they took on LAX, which I was a big fan of LAX back in the day. Homicide, real big fan of his and Hernandez when they were together. With Conan, even. But yeah, LAX ended up winning the match, which, not really surprised. So that was kind of cool. It was a street fight, not bad. Then we had a no disqualification. ODB versus Miss Jackie Moore, aka Jacqueline from WE. Fans might know her. She still looked like in pretty good shape. I mean, I was surprised. And I mean, the match was really kind of boring. I'll give it to you straight. LAX match was kind of boring too. This match is kind of boring. I mean, I'm just being real. This is like the second match in. And then I kind of fell asleep last night, so I kind of went back and rewatched it. So then we get to, I want to get this right. If I am correct, I do believe the next match was the ladder match. The third match is a ladder match. We had a funny promo with these guys. It's Generation Me versus Bad Influence. To me, best match on this whole pay-per-view. This match was awesome. I don't remember the last time I seen a tag ladder match like this. I mean, yeah, we got Money in the Bank coming up next weekend, I believe. In 2 weeks, something like that. I mean, but man, this pay-per-view wasn't great, but this match was great. I mean, I just miss tag team ladder matches because it reminded me of the Hardys and Edge and Christian, how they would sit there and set up moves. But see some of the moves, I would suggest you guys order this pay-per-view just for this match. I mean, unless you can find it on YouTube and watch this match, I mean, some of the moves that Jeremy Buck did in this match were unbelievable. I mean, wow. And this is a spoiler, so just so you guys know, I'm going to be reviewing it. It's a review. Results in review. But yeah, I'd tell you, go back and order this, just to watch this. Even if you, with DirecTV, you can record it and then order it later and watch it like that. So if you got DirecTV, you can do that. But I mean, just to see this ladder match, some people might not agree that one ladder match isn't good enough to order one watch a whole pay-per-view. You know what? It might not be to you, but to me, it was 15 bucks and it was worth it for this one match. To me it was. So we'll see what you guys think. But yeah, and there's so many high spots in this ladder match. Went for like almost 30 minutes, I want to say. There was one point where Jeremy Buck, I want to give it all the way, but I'll give you a point, where Jeremy Buck was pushed off the ladder. He jumps on the rope. Then he did a somersault onto Kazarian outside. It was awesome. I mean, I was like, whoa. I couldn't believe that. It was awesome. But, I mean, yeah, of course, Bad Influence won. I mean, after this match, the place was just like dead because this match is just so awesome. Next match I believe was the Battle Royal, which was really kind of boring and slow. Didn't really care about it. There's no one really in it that really worth mentioning. Shark Boy won it. You seen Guido, which was kind of cool. You seen Funaki. You seen him in forever. Tom Funaki. You seen Devon Storm from WCW days. I think it was Crowbar. I can't remember. We seen. Oh yeah, Two Colt Scorpio, Flash Funk. I mean, you've seen some cool guys in it. Well, some got Magnus and Crimson, or not Magnus, but Crimson and Gunner were in it. I thought Gunner was gonna win it, but obviously Shark Boy won, which is really stupid. But hey, whatever. But we did see after this, I believe there was a preview for the next one. It's one night only 10, August 2nd, which looks like a really awesome one to watch. It's gonna be. They showed 3 of the matches. I don't know any of. I only know 3 of them that are confirmed on there. I believe. I think these are already taped. I believe it's Austin Aries versus Jeff Hardy, which they've had some awesome matches. Samoa Joe versus Kurt Angle. James Storm versus Bobby Roode. I mean, those 3 matches alone right there are worth the whole 3 hours. They give them both an hour. I mean, bam. Those 3 matches alone are worth the pay-per-view, I think, for $15. Heck yeah. But yeah, I do want to see that. Just because those matches look awesome. So I get TNA. These one and only things look like they could be a big hit. Because they're not doing major pay-per-views, so this way it works. And they're cheap. I mean, come on, $15, $25, that's cheap. Next matchup, I believe, was a 6-man tag, which they ended up bringing out Hardcore Holly, the team with James Storm and Magnus in a 6-man tag against Aces and Eights. Yeah, they won. It was elimination, I guess. I mean, the match to me was boring. I was just bored. Good seeing Hardcore Holly back. I mean, cool. I didn't know he still wrestled. But hey, he looked decent out there. He didn't look too bad. I ain't seen him wrestle in years. It's probably been 10 years since I've seen him wrestle. The only thing I really remember about him is that ECW match and ECW when he busted his back open against RVD. That's the only thing I really remember about him. Vaguely in a little Brock Lesnar feud with him for a minute. But I mean, he looked okay out there. Then we had a Monsters. I want to make sure I get all these matches. I believe I want to make sure I'm not missing any. Monsters Ball match. I think it was Joseph Park versus Judas Messiah, which I guess here, and James Mitchell. I was talking to Tony earlier. I didn't really mean that James Mitchell was a better manager. I just think he was an underrated manager. He never made it to the WWE that I'm aware of, really, but James Mitchell was like a really good. He was a really good mid-card manager for indie promotions. I mean, he was really underrated, though, I think. And he just has that voice that really just chills up your spine a little bit, like the Halloween type. He has like that Halloween. It looks like the freaking devil. I mean, it's just like he has that. Used to wear those red suits. I just remember him in WCW a little bit, ECW, even TNA for a long time too. So I think for the smaller for TNA and for the indie promotion type deals, he was a great manager. Now, big time compared to Paul Heyman was a good indie promoter, small company manager as well, but he also made it to the big time and became a great manager. I just compare James Mitchell to Heyman in that aspect as their iconic voices. Because when you hear him say, Brock Lesnar, I mean, that's iconic to me. Just James Mitchell, his voice alone is that voice is just so eerie to me. Maybe it's just me. But yeah, Joe Park ended up winning. Joseph Park. It really seems like they've been doing this a lot lately with Joseph. It's gonna be like an alter ego Superman thing, where it's like he gets blood, so he like turns into Abyss. Like seems like they're pushing that more and more lately, where he's gonna like turn into Abyss and he doesn't know what happened. I mean, I have an Impact this past week too, but I am gonna start doing more Impact videos. I think now that Tony's doing the main 4-team, 5-man team, whatever it is on his channel, I'm gonna start doing more little YouTube reviews on certain stuff just to get it out there, especially with TNA. Because not a lot of people like it that I hang out with, so I do. I enjoy TNA, but let's move on. The 6-man tag, Team Storm won. I think I covered all the matches, I believe, so far, except for the Team 3D versus Jeff Hardy and With Jeff Hardy and Runt, which is really cool seeing Runt come out dressed up as the old school ECW little hey. That was kind of funny. Match was okay. It was a decent tag match. It wasn't great. I mean, honestly, besides this one match, besides that tag team ladder match, this pay-per-view wasn't really that good. It was a gimmick pay-per-view. Yeah, there's a lot of high spots. There's a lot of weapons. Yeah, for the Monsters Ball match with Joe Park and Joseph Park and Judas Macias, there was a lot of hits. There was a lot of weapons being used in that match. But besides that, pretty much, I mean, that was it. I would love to see TNA come back with like a hardcore division. Just call it like the Monsters Ball division or something like that. Like make it a Monsters Ball match each night. But I don't know if they'll do that again, but it would be kind of cool. But I'm a fan of the gimmick matches. Jeff Hardy ended up putting Devon through a table. The splash. It looks like they did it through the wrong part of the table. What I've always thought I was led to believe is that you always go for the center of the table when you hit, because otherwise that table can mess that where the leg is can mess you up bad. Video's going a little longer than I thought. But yeah, overall, I'd give the pay-per-view, honestly, I'll give it a, if I was doing 5 stars, I would give it a 2.5. Basically because the ladder match was the best. If I were grading the matches, I'd give that ladder match like 4 stars because it was an awesome ladder match. The rest I would give like 1.5 because it wasn't that great of a pay-per-view. But $15, it was worth it. Guys, I will talk at you later. Have a good weekend. And I will see you again very soon for another TNA video or maybe even a W video soon. Later.